Hello and welcome to the Father's Day version of Trample Damage presents Clash Attacks. I need something cooler than that for the opening. Thanks again for popping in to take a look. As always, if you wind up enjoying the video, make sure to like it before you go. If you're not subscribed, go ahead. You're probably going to bust a gut laughing at some point or just shake your head so many times that you think, maybe I want to go back in and see this again. I just actually popped around to a new clan. I met some really nice people in global chat where I've been reminded of the kind of humanity that is out there in general recently, and ended up popping in just because the people were so incredibly friendly, and I asked if I could do a war or so with them. I'd like to hang out for a bit. Super fun bunch. The clan, pause, there we go, Arrogant Bees. I didn't want to make it sound like B-E-E-S, so you can see the name there. This attack comes from James CR7, and I believe James also has the account that is the leader in the clan. I'm not 100% sure of the clan dynamics, but I do know they're super friendly. If you guys want to check them out, they are accepting particularly higher town hall levels with good attackers. Big surprise there. Looking for no drama. Again, big surprise. Very supportive so far, team players. So I'm about to start the war that I was allowed to join with them with my FBI base. But I was looking through the last war while it was underway, and I haven't put any minor attacks on my channel yet. So I wanted to be able to dive in here and take a very solid Town Hall 11 versus 11 minor attack. So like very typical with minor attack, this one does wind up starting with a queen walk. And we actually get the wall wrecker down there first, starts taking a little bit of damage. I normally drop the queen first, but the goal here was very clearly to get the Eagle Artillery and the Clan Castle troops, which winds up being accomplished very well. So traditional, queen, 5 healers, wall wrecker in there, heading toward the town hall. We got a witch, an ice golem, some balloons that come out of there. And the first moment that I'm going to pause this to point out stuff that's super cool is right after... There we go.
Let's rage!
The rage spell could not have been placed any more perfectly. The best placement for a rage spell, for anybody who's not really familiar with a queen walk, is not to cover just the queen. It's not about making the queen deal more damage. If the queen deals more damage, that's a benefit. The main thing about the rage spell is to get the healers to be healing on steroids and pumping that queen full of so much healing juice that even multiple turrets and units that are hitting her are not going to wind up phasing her. And you see this, the healers just barely at the edge. They're barely in there. So that as the queen continues to move through here, the healers are going to stay engaged on her for the entire duration of that rage spell, which is just such perfect placement for that. I've seen plenty of people get it where they center the queen and the healers are slightly outside there. But queen winds up taking down some of those clan castle troops. The 2 ice golems in the clan castle are working their way through, slowing down the other troops. That Eagle Artillery's down. Queen winds up triggering her royal cloak, which freezes her, killing the ice golem. The baby dragon, loyal little buddy there, torches that witch. Queen winds up taking care of business over here. And this is where I actually, as I was watching the replay, this is where oh, look at the baby giant bomb. That was a perfect pause. And there's the big giant bomb. As I paused here, when I was watching the attack, this is when I zoomed back out, figuring, okay, I'm going to see some other stuff happen. And when I zoomed back out, I looked over here, and I was like, holy crap, where'd all these buildings go? We'll come back in a minute to show you, like, if you notice in the bottom left, there are no baby dragons available. There were 4 baby dragons and the Barbarian King. Did a beautiful job of cleaning this out over here, because the most important thing that you can do with a minor attack is create the right level of pathing, just like with almost any attack, so that they don't just wander off in a bunch of different directions and do things that you're really not wanting them to do. So we got the queen pounding away over here. Again, perfect placement on that rage spell. Barbarian King goes down. A bunch of other turrets go down. And there is a lot of patience involved here. I know that people can sometimes, I'm going to pause it for a second there to monologue. People run out of time sometime with minor attacks because they wind up waiting too long. If you dump miners too quickly, sometimes they go where you don't want them. And if you wait too long, obviously you can run out of time. But we see here the miners are coming in over here on the Inferno Tower on the side there. They all went straight in. A little bit of splitting up there. But because the Queen has done such a wonderful job of carving all of this stuff out down here, those miners who don't worry about tornado traps, I don't know if you ever noticed that before, Those miners get in, they go right to work, everybody's headed to the core, and then between the miners and the queen, there's not a whole lot left to show here aside from some patience with when to use the heal spells, good timing on the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome as they're heading in toward that single target Inferno Tower. Another heal spell comes down. Queen continues cruising down the side there with literally no troops that are, or no turrets that are going to wind up being able to stop her on that side except for the Inferno Tower, which the miners are taking beautiful care of. Final heal spell is saved for this pack of miners over here that are banging away at those cannons and those buildings. A couple miners over here hanging out with the Archer Queen. We'll go ahead and speed this along to its obvious conclusion at this point. Those miners, just look at that, tore through all those defenses, banging away at all those perimeter buildings. Archer Queen circling back around, still miners in there just pounding away, and beautiful 3-star attack. So I just wanted to say thanks to James at the Arrogant Bees, taking down that Town Hall 11 with some Town Hall 11 miners to be able to showcase that. You do see inside the clan castle it was a pair of ice golems and a giant, of course, a max rage spell. Both of those rage spells deployed on the Archer Queen, letting her jump through there and pound her own corner of the base out to get the miners heading the direction we wanted them to. And that Archer Queen just worked as a perfect shepherd, keeping the miners focused on all that other stuff. I am going to come back in just real quick to show the beginning of the attack, where I was so focused on the Archer Queen and didn't notice when this started happening over here. We'll go and slow it back down to double speed is fine. Baby dragon right there, Barbarian King, Baby Dragon. They clear all this stuff out here, which lets the miners, by the time the miners come in, all these useless buildings here, doesn't deal damage. None of these buildings deal damage over here. And the Baby Dragons and Barbarian King wind up taking those out so that by the time the miners jump into the fight, they're literally just going to wind up gumming in and going straight after the core of the base, where it's all of these defensive units in here that could cause trouble for the Archer Queen on the other side. And this was just really beautiful. And then, of course, the other Baby Dragon that came in down here that ultimately wound up delivering the killing blow to that witch that could have potentially... Hurry up, Baby Dragon. There you go. Better late than never. That is the Baby Dragon that managed to take down the witch. Of course, there's a giant bomb killing our other Baby Dragon, but by the time they went down, it's the first building that any of these miners are going to hit any direction, unless you put them in up here for some stupid reason. But James said, nope, I'm coming in over here. All the closest buildings are defenses, and it just winds up rolling out to be a very beautiful attack. Thank you so much, Arrogant Bees, for hosting me. I'll go ahead and add the clan tag in there if you want to take a look at them and possibly come by to audition for a spot. Remember, no drama, and presumably a good attacker and teamwork. And even if you're not a good attacker, I've already seen them giving lots of advice to other people on how to improve some of their attacks. Trample damage here, checking out for the day. Get an opportunity to go out to dinner with my family after I post my daily video, daily dose of Clash knowledge and lore, sharing wisdom with the masses. And I need to make more miner attacks of my own, but in the meantime, I now have great miner content going on my channel. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, pop by Arrogant Bees, check us out, see what's going on over here, and enjoy.